Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about types of programming languages. So, in previous video, we know that what is a programming language and what is the purpose of the programming language. And ultimate purpose of the programming language is to design or to develop application, otherwise software. We can also say that program. Okay, a program is set of instructions that is going to be doing a task. So ultimately, by using programming language, we are going to design softwares or programs. Okay, so in computer side, programming into two types of categories. From that, first one we can call it as low level language. Low level language. From low level language, we have two subcategories, that is machine level language and other one is assembly level language. Right? So from machine level language, we can say that it is first generation language, and assembly language we can say that second generation language. Okay, and other category is, so there is one more category, that is we can call it as high level language. From that high level language, there is some kind of classifications, that is comes under procedural languages or procedural oriented languages, and the second one is program oriented languages, and other one is natural languages. So these are the languages which is belongs to the high level category, and this procedural oriented language we can say that third generation language, and this program oriented language we can say that fourth generation language, and natural language we can say that fifth generations of the language. So these are the various types of programming languages. So ultimately, a programming language is used to design a software or program, and let us talk about in detail information about each and every generation of programming languages, right? And before that, I'm going to share one diagram with you. You can easily understand how computer will understand different kind of programming languages. You can clearly observe that there is a hardware, so that is nothing but your computer system or your mobile or your smart TV. So everything we can touch, that we can call it as hardware. So this hardware can understand machine level language. So this machine level language is in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, to interact with the machine level language, we need assembly level language. Who will design this assembly level language? This is designed by the programmer. And who will understand this machine level language? This is understood by the computer. Okay, and the next one is comes under high level language. So high level language means it is programming language. And this programming language is going to be used to develop programs. Like it is like human languages. We are going to learn that language, and based on that, we are going to designing the programs or softwares, right? Okay, so these are the some kind of high level languages. Okay, so let us talk about in detail information about one by one. So this is our diagram. Now we got an idea about what is low level language and what is high level language. Low level language means mission interaction language. High level language means user interaction languages. That means programmer interaction languages. So what I'm saying to you, if you want to interact with the hardware, we need low level language. If you want to interact with the software, we need high level language. So this is the motto of programming language. But you want to design any kind of hardware related application, you should aware about assembly level language, that is comes under the second generation language. But you want to generate any software or any kind of programming language, you have to either follow fourth generation language or fifth generation language. So let us talk about one by one. Let us talk about the first category, comes under low level language. So what is low level language? So the low level language can understand by the computer, or this low level language can easily understand by the processor. So processor means it is a brain of the computer or heart of the computer. For example, nowadays we are using like i7, i5 or Snapdragon 865 plus in your mobile, or Apple A12, A14, A13. These all comes under processors. These processors or this computer can understand low level language, and in this level we have to do some kind of operations. Okay, so what I'm saying to you, low level languages are nothing but computer understandable language or processor understandable language to do operation at hardware level, right? So in hardware level we have to perform various kind of operations in low level language. So again, these low level languages are classified into two categories. One is comes under mission level language, and the second one is comes under assembly level language. So what is mission level language? Okay, so mission level language means it is binary level language. That means instruction or statement or program, it is in the form of zeros and ones. For example, you are going to write a name, the name will be like this. Okay, so it is going to be understood directly by the processor or computer. So this kind of language is going to be understood by the computer processor or computer hardware, right? So this is called as mission level language, and user or programmer interaction with the processor is very difficult in this level, very difficult, but machine can understand very easily. So what I'm saying to you, computer cannot understand any languages like English, Hindi or Tamil or Telugu. So computer cannot understand anything. So computer can understand only binary level language. Okay, so if you write, say there is a message like hello, so the hello will be converted in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, so sometimes this data will be changes. Okay, so like 0 becomes ones, ones becomes zeros. This is nothing but errors, and this is nothing but virus. Okay, so this kind of programming level is very difficult for the user or programmer side. And the second one we can call it as second generation languages, we can call it as assembly level language. Assembly level language. So in the low end side, that means in computer hardware side, we are going to define programs. How to do that? In this case, we are using mnemonics. So mnemonics are nothing but replacement of zeros and ones. So mnemonics are nothing but there are small kind of instructions. These instructions we are giving to the processor to do some kind of task. For example, I want to addition of two numbers. See, addition means 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 like this. If you do the addition at the binary level, it is very difficult for us. Okay, in place of that we are using, there is a command like add. Add is one kind of instruction which is given to the processor, and subtraction is one kind of command to perform minus operation, and division, like multiplication, like storing, like that we have to passing different kind of commands which is going to be understood by the processor. Okay, we are giving some instruction in place of zeros and ones. Okay, so these mnemonics are used to design hardware level programming. For example, I want to add one program to the RAM, or I want to add one program to the fridge, or I want to add one program to the washing machine, or I want to add one program to the car key. So all are comes under hardwares. Okay, I want to do the program that kind of level, we required mnemonics. So mnemonics are small kind of instructions which are going to be understood by the programmer, and with the help of this we are giving information to the processor or hardware. So in place of zeros and ones we are using mnemonics. Okay, this is comes under second level language, second generation level language, and ultimately it is used to develop the hardware, and simply we can call it as drivers. Okay, so driver means what? For example, you are using mobile and there is a printer. Okay, and you want to take a print from the printer. You need to install one app from the Play Store. Okay, so that app is nothing but what? It is a driver between your mobile as well as your local wireless printer. Okay, so in the similar manner, to define any kind of hardware application, we needed assembly level language. And similarly, in your home you are using Wi-Fi. Okay, and we are providing passwords for the Wi-Fi, and you are going to access your Wi-Fi to your number of devices in your home. Okay, like mobiles, TVs, and fridges. Okay, so like whatever smart devices you have in your home, okay, all devices we can connect it to the Wi-Fi. So there is a driver, network driver. How to design this? With the help of mnemonics, right? So these are the two things comes under first generation language as well as second generation language. So let us talk about high level language. See, low level languages are nothing but interact with the computer as well as interact with the computer hardware. So this is comes under category 1, and the category 2 is high level language. High level language. So what is high level language? Let us discuss in detail information. High level languages are nothing but a person, means programmer or user, easily write program code. Easily write program code. That means human understandable language is nothing but high level language. So for example, I want to define an instruction like 2 plus 3. How to define it? We can define like A plus B. Okay, but if you go for the mission side, we have to add A comma B, like that we had to write mnemonics. So it is very difficult, but in simple format we can write a instruction, we can write a mathematical expression. Okay, so that is comes under high level language. So high level language ultimately used to design programs or softwares. Okay, for example, if you take a machine level language, it take 20 lines to write a plus b program or a plus b plus c plus d program. So if you take the same program in high level language, you required 5 to 2 lines. Okay, it provide program efficiency of language. Okay, we can design lot of programs using high level languages. So high level languages are classified into different kind of categories. As we discussed earlier, there are different type of high level languages, and from that first category comes under third generation languages. About third generation procedural languages. See, we should use certain procedure to design a programming language. So we are using functions, we are using lot of concepts to write a program. Okay, so here we can design different type of softwares or programs with the help of Fortran, COBOL, Pascal. So these languages comes under third generation language. So we can design softwares, we can design programs, but execution is very difficult of the program, and writing code is also very difficult. Okay, so that is the reason we are going for the that is comes under program oriented languages. Program oriented languages. So program oriented languages is also made up of simple functions, and there are some new programming style like OOPs. So with the help of these, we can easily write programs. We can also design websites, and we can also design like real-time applications which are using in our life. Okay, so like C language, CPP language, Java language, okay, so Perl language, these all are comes under the examples of program oriented languages. Human related languages, that is comes under natural languages. See, we can easily write the program code. There is a SQL, and there is a Python, there is a Shift. Okay, so there is a cloud computing. So all kind of technology we are using to develop the apps. Okay, so the designing of application is very easy. So assume that to design a calculator in fourth generation language, we are writing like 20 lines, but here we are going to write like 1 to 2 lines, right? So that kind of easy flexibility is available in our fifth generations of languages. Okay, so ultimately high level languages are used to design computer softwares or applications or programs. So this is the information about what are the various types of programming languages in computer side, and you can also find out the notes in the description. Okay, so kindly do that. You can verify the notes, and you can easily understand. It will be useful for your examination and topic understandability, right? That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Mm-hmm.